Welcome to another episode of the APL Spotlight Series, an offshoot of the Angels Positivity Love Show. You're here on my YouTube channel. I hope you appreciate these incredible guests from all over the world. Amazing talents, experiences, modalities, if they're healers. We've had an actor from Australia, if you watch Amazon Prime, Sea Patrol or Stingers, a detective series. He's fantastic. We had a White House physician to the US president, a Miss USA, an Oprah Super Soul Sunday guest. It goes on and on. Doctors, nurses, psychiatrists, everybody. And I hope you're enjoying this series. We're over 2 years old. We have 188 episodes out on the regular show. And we're building this one up so we can bring people back on in a spontaneous fashion. So please like, share, subscribe, comment while you're here. But an emoji counts, and it goes a long way for helping others to discover this. So we have a talent that we're bringing back on the show. She's from Santa Monica, California, but really from a bunch of other places. She spent time in Costa Rica, South Africa, and so on. I'm a huge fan of hers. She's a cosmic guide, intuitive, helps you at the Akashic records level, and more than that. We'll call it soul mastery. She's got a lot of books out. Susann Taylor Shier, coming to us from California. She's an old hand. She's been on our panels here, been on the regular show here, and you're going to see her quite a bit. So, Susan, good to see you again.
Hello, Michael. Great to be back. I never left, actually, if you want to know.
Exactly. Um, Talk to us a little bit about how there's a lot going on the planet, and you can get caught up in the news. But what's the important way we can all walk a smoother path?
So many ways we can walk a smoother path. All right. If we, and I don't want to just go into the obvious things, because there's a lot of people who could say, don't put attention on the news, do this, do that. But it has to be a more active engagement. I don't mean just protest. What is your antidote to what's coming up, right? So if you see a child, oh, this is a good example. If you see your child crying in the on their high chair, they don't like their broccoli or something like that. Do you yell back at them? Hopefully not, right? What do you do if you're really a super good parent? You come up with a creative solution. And I don't mean just figuring it out, but you get all creative, whether it's, showing them a rubber ducky or just you get creative. How are we going to resolve this and get the broccoli in without making it look like it's a battle, right? So I often talk about being a warrior for creation in your life. So if you're a warrior for creation, you are not putting your attention on what's being trying to be destroyed. You just can't do both. It's free choice world. So be a warrior for what you want to create. So that's a key factor. And of course, obviously there's community, which is essential to feel that there are people who are with you in this whole feeling of there's something else going on that we want to put amplified connection into. That's the key, right? Because what we're doing is going, whoa, the news doesn't work for me. This is what works for me. And it's a time to amplify our light. That's what we're being asked to do. When there is more light on the planet through your being a warrior for the creation of light in your life in any moment, when that's the case, more and more people who are going, I don't know, what should I listen to? What's real? What's not real? Will go, oh, I like that light thing. I like what she's emanating, he's emanating, what that sounds like through an email, whatever. That rings a deeper place in myself. So that's one thing we could do for sure.
Talk to us a little bit about your background. If you could put yourself on the map for us. So somebody coming along who hasn't seen you in the Mind, Body, Spirit panel with Paul Sugar, Britt Elders, hasn't seen you in your other appearances on the regular main show, how can they understand how plugged in you are? Where are you exactly? Cosmic figures, angels, Akashic records. Talk to us a little bit about what you do for folks.
Okay. For over 30 years, and before that, I did a whole bunch of energy work and all sorts of stuff. But for over 30 years, I have been doing what I call soul mastery, which is connecting everybody with their soul gifts, their strengths, their sense of purpose, all of that, and resolving their soul challenges that are keeping them from the only wound that there is, the wound of separation from all of that. Now, how do I do that? I came up with this years ago after listening to another Michael, whatever his name was. He was doing lives between lives, right? And he
Michael
was talking,
Weiss?
what's that?
Michael Weiss?
No, it's a
No.
different one. It's a different one. We'll come up with it
Okay.
or not. But anyway, he was studying a lot people under hypnosis talking about going to outside themselves when they died and where they were and all of that. And I went, well, that's fascinating. And because I'd done hypnotherapy, I went, well, we could take journeys there. If we can take journeys into our past lives, why can't we take journeys to the worlds that we come from? Which is something that I had learned also, that we come from these other worlds, which probably most people on this show believe that totally. What are the main worlds that we said, I want to bring these dimensions into a human consciousness, creating here, joy, basically. And I said, let's take people, I can talk to people about these worlds, and everyone hears about these different worlds and angels and so all of that. What about taking them to those places and having a little journey there and opening up those dimensions again so they can embody them? We can embody them here on this planet. And it is so fun. That's a little piece.
I love it. Well, I'm going to blow some sage. Maybe we're going to be doing a little transdimensional channeling for multidimensional fun for not just you, but a few of the folks out there. Remember,
Yeah.
you only have to say basically to the universe, hey, help me let go, get out of here to be here. Ask
Mhm.
angels to kind of chaperone everything so you don't have to worry about the details. Keep it easy and light with a capital L. Okay, here's the sage. It's regular sage. I'm going to light it with an American lighter, Bic lighter, and you can smell it through the screen. We've already done this, you and I. But for the audience, if you've never seen this before, it
Right.
doesn't matter if you're in Tokyo, Berlin, Christchurch, and it's 2030. It doesn't matter the year, the time and space isn't what you think it is. So have fun, let go, catch a little bit of sage. It's a California company, Juniper Ridge. Good steady products. I think they're still in all the Whole Foods. Find it on my website if you want to link to Amazon. Um, there's the sage. Are you already getting it in Santa Monica with just a little?
Yeah, yeah. It's got a sweet smell to it today. A very sweet smell to it. I like that.
And if you'll ask for flowers and a little bit of light on your eyelids as you close your eyes, here's Joy to be your ambassador. Close your eyes and just see what comes up. And the more breathing people do at home, whether it's mouth open a millimeter or professional nose breathers out there, shoulders up and down is what counts. Have joy kind of indicate and even show you. It could be a beach, ancient Egypt. It could be another place off of Earth. It could be just a meadow, a mountain. India. What are you getting for a geolocation?
It's it's some place, and I don't know if it's probably an earth place, but it's probably ancient. It's not in this time when flowers were all there was. It's and we never talk about that. That's interesting. We talk about the dinosaurs and the animals that were here before, and the earth looks like it was dry and crusty and horrible. What about nature? It's like in the Sahara Desert when the rain comes, and it's like, where did all those flowers come from that come up for miles and miles and miles and miles? It's like, oh, they've all been there. And that was a place in the earth. And I bet I was hovering at that point, watching that and going, wow, when it first was developed here. Yeah.
I love it. And I'll put up two angels, Joy or Charlotte. Either one can give you the topic for the next direction we're going to go. We're really winging this one today and just going twister wheel on this. What are you getting for a topic?
The word twister wheel is coming up. Okay, twisting out of things by being able to feel safe in the unknown, twisting in other dimensions. Because there's a lot of people talking about being having vertigo and dizziness and all of that, and just
I just had a whoosh go by. That was wild. Okay.
Hello.
Yep. Okay.
Exactly. Or that's all part of the twister too, that sense that there's so much going on out here around us. And we think it's because of the news or something like that, but it's like, no, there's so much energy, beings, presence just here helping us. And, something that came to me the other day is that we want to invite in, and I would say right now, invite in the light that is coming through humanity, not just the disembodied, which is all here, but every time you say yes to the light of humanity that's here, because the feeling often is for souls like us, well, there's a few of us, and then there's all this stuff going, right? No, there is a light of humanity everywhere. As we say yes to that, more of the other dimensions can come in through the light of humanity. And isn't that what we want when we say we want a new timeline and a new earth? We want it to come through humanity. So we have to believe that humanity as light is actually huge right now and not just a small group of us trying to do our little work. Yeah.
So it's possible for mankind to walk a smoother path, less war, less jailing opposition figures. What's
Absolutely.
Charlotte say about that for mankind?
Let's do this.
And the time is always now. So it hopefully is now. In your experience, having done this for 30 years since you were like 5,
Yeah.
what is your view on is it really happening now? And how do you know?
Ah, how do I know is because I see the magic everywhere. In my experience, that's the only way I can really know. And yet, at the same time, I am signed up to emails that talk about nice news and the smile and those kinds of things. It's everywhere. It's on social media. If you're in the algorithm, which you have to be in intentionally, you're on the algorithm for the great things that are happening, right? Remember that there are little things happening everywhere, but as we focus on, oh my God, that is so incredible. That is such a miracle. That's so amazing. Boom, it becomes a whole star that has just been born because of our radiant connection to the value of the little things that are happening. Even though we see these big things seemingly that are happening because the news says they're big, it's these little things we just go, yes, and it becomes a whole star.
And I'm going to put up Thich Nhat Hanh for you for another insight.
Mm-hmm. And I just want to say, when we're connected to that magic, all sorts of magic happens around us, and we recognize it. The little pieces, the little pieces. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll add 3 words:
Okay.
allow, ask, and receive.
Yeah.
Here's Thich Nhat Hanh. Catch as if there's a temple behind you in Vietnam, just 10 meters back. Catch some incense. Catch the musical, those things that blow in the wind and the noise, the music.
Yes.
Here's some beauty from him. If you want to see a light symbol, what are you getting from Thich Nhat Hanh?
You know, his ears are like beautiful antennas. He's like, you've always known this. It's so simple. You've always known this, right? You've always known this. And what is this? We were talking about it. Oh, the phrase that came to me when we were talking before we opened up this interview, love has always ruled the nation. Ooh. Not just love always wins, but love has always ruled this nation. Always. It didn't leave. Yes, we've had Atlantis, Lemuria, the fall, you name it. How many zillion wars, religious breakdowns, you name it. Love has always ruled this nation. And if we can tap into that, and we've always known that, yikes, that's a game changer.
And you've reminded me of the Big Mary, so I'm going to put her up. I'll show the one that everybody has to have, the picture of the drawing. If you're from Ireland, it's Mary this way, but I've got a more modern shot. And what I love about Mary, she had this amazing reminder 8 or 9 years ago. She said, "Love is a constant. or love is everywhere. Open your eyes to find love. So here's the classic way. If you're a European Catholic, you got to have her this way. But I got a modern one, so bear with me. And this is a historic
Yay.
photograph I've borrowed from someone else. But let her eyes light up. Let her mouth turn into a broader smile. And if you want to go crazy, see rainbow glitter everywhere at home. If you need help, rub your hands in a circle to say, angels, make it so. And you won't have to vacuum later. But if you do, I want to comment. I want to comment anyhow. What are you getting? What are you feeling? What are you allowing for daily? Good luck with any of that. Here's Mary.
Ah,
First, get 3 wild hugs and even such an energetic whoosh, you visibly have to go, oh my gosh. And what's a key phrase we all need to keep in mind from her right off the bat?
mm. Love is all there is. Love is all there is.
And are you
You,
seeing the photograph expand a little? Her eyes are brightening up.
yeah, exactly. And you are deeply loved, not just by the guides, the angels, the guardians, all those beings, but you are deeply loved by humans here. Even if you're aware of 2 people who love you for who you are, right? That is the deep love that you're looking for. Hold it in your heart sacred. She's like, it's real. It's the real thing. Yeah.
And if we can go ahead and have you put your left hand out for Joy, right hand out for Mary, have them either fill your hands with light, you can bring it in, or they can hold your hands like humans. Either way, you're going to get wild amounts of light. And have another reminder flow through you for all of us.
Mm.
At home, you can do this, at least get hugs.
Yeah.
Really let go and go loosey goosey. I'm going to tell one dad joke to help people laugh. If you're laughing, you're letting go. It counts. Where in a hospital is the worst place to play hide and seek? Where? In the ICU. All right, Susan, what are you getting? What are you feeling? Are you feeling extra love and energy and vibe?
Yes. And you are a living crystal. You are a living crystal. Just hold that energy of being a living crystal. Everybody loves crystals, right? If you hold the energy of being a living crystal, it's an anchor of love. It's an anchor of love. Yeah. Ooh. And that largeness of love is the foundation for peace that we want here, the peace that we want here. Yes, we want joy. Yes, we want bliss. Yes, we want total pleasure and harmony, but feel the anchor of the peace of being the crystalline, no, not crystalline, just the crystal. Yeah, a pure crystal for love.
And can we throw a wrench into everything and use the word but? Because every other person watching for years to come at this point has had a but.
Yeah.
But what about this? What about that? I'm going to put up 3 angels for you, and each one's going to take a shot at the but and how to handle it. Here's Joy. What does she say about all the buts, the exceptions, the details, the nitty gritty?
She says when the but is yes, but I've been betrayed. You know, when our consciousness goes, yes, but I've been betrayed. How could I believe in love? She goes, because you can come right back to it. It's there. It's a choice. Just come right back to it. Yes, you were betrayed in your mind. You thought you were betrayed, but you can never betray love if you choose not to. But always come back to it. Come back to that feeling you have when you have what? Chocolate ice cream, whatever it is. Just go, all right, love is here. Love is here. And I often tell clients, you know, after a breakup, after a feeling that you've been betrayed in the deepest way possible, which everybody probably has been at some level, even if they felt betrayed, they were never in a close relationship, but they had a pet and the pet left them. They feel betrayed, right? How could you leave me? Right? We create the love we experience. They may have activated it but we created it. That never goes away unless you say, well, because of him, I knew this incredible love. Well, who's giving away their power now, right? I created that love.
Mm.
And he came, some call it a mirror. I don't need to give it a lot of words. He came to activate that in me, and I created it, and that will never leave, right? Even again with grief of death, that never leaves. And actually, we know many of us that when somebody dies, you feel, I've known that experience, you feel closer to them after they've died than before. And that's what you're longing for, is that deeper love with that person that you feel like you're missing. And yes, grief is natural, but yes, grief is natural after a breakup as well to the human parts, but you created the love, you created the experience, and it's up to you to bring it with you and hold it in that crystal of love that you are.
Amazing. I loved a lot of that. It was you had a few moments where I had never heard anybody say anything like that before. Here's Charlotte.
Yay.
There's an additional flavor to this, which is how can you go big with your requests of the universe for walking a smoother path? And you don't even have to know what you're asking for, but you do have to step out of this into this and say, universe, make it great. Have Charlotte and you talk about this for a second and then share more with us. How can
Okay.
you put the universe to work for you? Angels and other loving beings are already on the job, but you do have to set your intent or get out of your own way.
Okay. Develop a relationship with your guides so they become your best friends. Instead of this feeling that I've got this intention, okay, you guys, make it work for me as though it's a separate thing, right? And that's what we do. We pray, we go, okay, you guys, I'm meditating, I'm doing all the right things, I got my intention set, I'm being a good girl, good boy, all of that. It's like, wait a minute, who's walking your path with you? Is it a collective? Is it a collective manifesting that, creating what it is you want? That will make it way more powerful and quicker too, with that feeling that you're not alone, you in a dangerous world praying to these guides up there that you don't even know if they exist because you never talk to them because they don't talk to you and you don't know what you're talking about, kind of thing, right? It's just that collective of your dynamic of manifestation being yeah, in oneness with what's already been created, but feeling that through guidance being with you.
And another angel named Harmony, it's supposed to be rainbow light. It may or may not come through. She's Harmony, although she chose tranquility as her key word, but that's okay. If you'll close your eyes, catch a little bit of light on your eyelids, have Harmony come in. She's going to have a little bit of a different push, take. And if you could share that with us once you've connected fully.
Okay, I'm gonna go a little slower on this one because I can tell other people are having difficulty following the color shift. There's so much going on in that picture. What I thought it was tranquil, and there's just so much going on. Okay. Okay. So tranquility is only at the eye of the storm. You can't expect the whole world, she says, to be tranquil and then you'll be tranquil. And that's what we're waiting for, isn't it? Peace on earth, people, peace on earth. It's like, nah. And we know this in theory, right? That until we're at peace, the world can't be at peace. But can you be at peace as the eye of the storm? And that's where even a symbol like a crystal or your favorite dog or something like that anchored in your heart. You just feel like this is here no matter what. This is here no matter what. Something that is real for me. Or that memory of a rainbow I saw, or that memory of, the first time I got up on a surfboard. That's not me, that's you. It will never leave. It's always there as an anchor of, wow, that peace that transcended, and surfing, right? Talk about a storm, so to speak, of elements. And there you are. Whew, in the midst of it. Yeah.
And surfing and bodyboarding is so fun because where you put your focus, where you point your
Ah,
body, so to speak, is where you go. Just like everything else in life, even if we don't know,
wow.
don't want to take accountability for it. It's why I love water as consciousness and surfing as a metaphor of how you're spending your energy and where you're putting your focus. If I've learned 3 things in 13 years or 14 years now of doing this, uh, and I'm going to look blank because it's even hard to remember 3 things. The first is where you put your focus is where you put your focus. The second is how you spend your energy is how you spend your energy. Hard to argue with those two. The third is angels exist. Just allow for this. Your answers, your
Yeah.
bugs, and your experiences will begin to unfold in a greater way. Get out of your own way. And yeah, you're going to have words and doubting and this and a but and maybe 50 buts or 1,000 buts. I'm the type that has to ask the question 200 times in a row over 2 years before I'm like, oh, I've gotten the same answer 200 times. Maybe that's the answer. Whereas I've seen everyone else, especially the guests on this show, seem to be super sharp. I'll call them the Woodstock crowd. They just seem to know what spiritual.
Nice. Woodstock crowd. Yeah.
Yeah. They get groovy with it real fast. I take a long time, but I'm a fast teacher. Okay.
Yeah, you are.
Susan, what's one of the things that you've had to let go of in the last year or two that you don't mind sharing out loud? Because growth expansion never stops, but we always get in our own way. And that's the name of the game, is getting over the concept and then get going with your living and loving and learning. But for a lot of us, that could be a lifetime or two, or at least a decade. We get hung up and
For
stuck.
sure. For
Welcome to
sure.
being human.
You know, I can hardly remember. I sound like I have Alzheimer's or something. I can hardly remember past last week in terms of what I've let go of, because when they're gone, they're just gone.
Yep.
So let's talk about the current, recent. Uh, I won't get into I guess I could talk about the eclipse season. You'll be listening to this 10 years from now. So I am very much into, there's a blueprint for the planet. Now, it doesn't mean there's a plan and it's all been devised and all of that. But we came with a certain sense of, yes, we're going to bring physical consciousness into creation in a physical body. We're going to do that. Yes. And light is going to guide it. And love is going to be the fuel for it. And it's going to be incredibly creative. And I'm one of those that came at the beginning and said, yeah, let's do this. Okay, I'm going to deliver this blueprint. Well, of course, the blueprint didn't get delivered very fast, did it now? Is it fully, delivered? So I've always dealt with this guilt. It didn't come. Everyone's still suffering. There's no blueprint here until it comes. I gotta work my little butt off to make it here. So last week, I mean, it was just last week, I was going, about something. I didn't know. I just felt a tension in my throat, and I went, I'm going to go into this. I'm going to go. And what came was, and I remembered my own words, which was, okay, what do you want to be a creative warrior for? And it just threw that phrase in, and I went, oh, wait, huh, the blueprint's already here. And I cried and I cried. I'm like, right. It finally came into my consciousness. The blueprint's already here. You can stop working to get it here. You can stop working to get it here. Right now, I've been lucky. I've never burnt out as a healer and all of that. But there was a part of me that just felt like I had to, I don't know, work to earn it, or, all this old stuff. And it's like, okay, I don't know what's going to happen from this moment forward. It doesn't matter. The blueprint is here. And if energetically it's here, it's going to roll in. To use that phrase, whichever it came up with a few minutes ago, it's going to roll in. It's going to roll in. It was Charlotte that said it or something like that. Yeah, it will roll in. Hey, Charlotte. Hello. Yes, there you are, spinning it in.
I've got an angel named Jamie for you. Best I can do is she helps me with my photography. She's a Secret Service agent, though, protection and the rest. Here's, I won't be able to turn my iPhone too much, but it's like Superdog with a cape. And it was like this when I took the photo. But Jamie, you can just catch her energy. She's awfully fun, very protective, but what she have as a take on everything and how to relax and enjoy the ride.
Mm, mm.
It looks like Snoopy with a
I like it at different angles. That's really fun to have it at different angles because it brings in different things. So she says that she's saying you can, if you relax and come into joy, the human idea is that you'll leave everybody behind and you'll be all by yourself. And what human heart wants to be all by themselves, right? But when you go into that place, that flying dog place of just joy for the sake of joy, you just start connecting with, maybe it's a smaller group of people who do that, but the magic comes up of the joy that you get to experience. Again, if it's just one or two people, it doesn't matter. It's like, it's here on the planet. How great is that? And that's what we came for, to experience it, right? Not to have, our TikTok, our TikTok profile be liked a million times. Although when that happens, that's can be a radiant creation of light as well, right? If someone's, anyway, I won't go down that tunnel. But just that feeling of just being aware that our fear of being alone, our fear that no one will love us, holds us back from bringing our gifts. Because we've had families that wanted us to be a certain way, right? Or boyfriends or whatever wanted us to be a certain way. Friends, we've lost friends over the years, and we're like, well, wait, what did I do wrong? Maybe I should have loved him more. Maybe I shouldn't have been so free in my spirit. I get that. I'm so joyful that people are like, what's wrong with her? Or they just can't be with it, right? And Michael, you're going to find the same too, I'm sure. So the feeling is, no, you won't be left alone. You just get to be with the joy that you are and enjoy being in joy. Yeah.
Speaking of vibrational matches, how everything's a vibration, a frequency, an act of opening openness, whether you know it or not, and only saying but, using a lot of words, believing in tough drama situations, drama rama. No drama, just drama. I'm going to put up Dale, another angel, life coach, if you wish, coached an Olympic athlete to win a lot of golds. Here's Dale. What's he say about raising your vibe and allowing more daily?
Okay, it's going to be a bit of a roundabout answer. Because just before he came in, I was looking at the pictures on your wall. They look like they're black and white, some of them.
There's some, yeah, Buddhist temple, the one with the giant tree. I forgot the name of the place.
And I'd never seen that before in that way, that it was black and white photos. So it was my grandfather coming in. Okay. Ooh. I know. Because supposedly he was one of the first people that put two films together to make a foreground and a background come together. And it was a hobby. It was just a little hobby of his. Anyway, so he's coming in and he's saying, joy in the moment. Yeah, we lose how to raise our vibration because we get so concerned about how the world is doing, right? How is it going for everybody? We know people pleasing is like the number one um, terrorist attack on our hearts. Oh boy. Okay, right? It terrorizes our hearts because it just rips us to shreds. We got to take care of everybody and please everybody and all of that. And he said there's this whole thing about ancestral clearing. We need to clear all our ancestors. He says, stop. You're working yourself to the bone, trying to clear all your ancestors as a way around just being in that high vibration, right? Because if you're in that high vibration, guess how I feel? This is what we call him. No, that's the other grandfather. We call them grandfather, very formal. Grandfather says it's like we're taking care of ourselves. And when you shift things, it shifts things for us. But we've got all our guides. We're taking care of our world. Stop taking care of everybody else. Just go into that high vibration. Just go into it. Focus on being in that place. because it's really easy to get distracted, right? And have all these things around us that seem like they want our attention that don't matter. Oh, that's so mean, isn't it? Oh, that sounds so mean. And love is so nice. Right. Yeah. Okay.
I love that. Allow for more in each moment, and you can actually have an amazing moment, but all moments can be the same. You could spend 20 years trying to grasp the possibility of that. All you have to do is less details, less unlove, less unconsciousness, more awareness, more consciousness, more love, more possibility. And if you don't even know any of that stuff, just try slowing down a little more and let the universe angels take care of the rest. Get a little more light.
Yeah. Let me add one other thing to that that's feels very important. How do you counter this whole feeling of, well, I need to send love to so and so, and this person could, and this country could use, and this could, but they all need love and prayer and all of that, and that's what my meditation is about, is sending it out. What if? What if? I know we talk about seeing them already whole. What if you got the light of the soul of that person? Everyone has a light soul, except the people you really shouldn't be spending your time with, praying to. That's another topic. Or the soul of Ukraine. That seems to be one of my areas, is Ukraine, because it relates to freedom and everything else. What if there's a light at which we know the soul of Ukraine, the soul of the person, maybe it's your child that you're really concerned about, right? If you saw the light in their soul, and every time you got worried about them, you go, oh, let's connect light to light. Universal light in me first, and then my universal light source, not to them, sees the light they are. No work involved. You're just increasing your light source doing that, right? Instead of going, okay, I'm going to put my energy into lifting them up and getting them in a better place and all of that. And it's exhausting. Yeah.
I love
Okay.
that. I think it was Teresa Shantz in 2023, an early guest of the show here, who's the host of Spirituality, Enthusiastically Spiritual, or something like that, if I got the name right. Amazing guest. But she said, if you're going to do prayers or send love to somebody, send it to the crew, their angel squad, their team.
Yeah.
They'll know how to distribute it, and that takes care of
Yes.
checking the box. And I love
Yes.
that. No one had ever put it that way until you said what you said as well.
Yes.
Here's Joy to add one more cherry to the sundae or a ribbon to that package. What does she
Nice.
say about it all?
Nice. Okay. So let me just hold what she said about sending it to your guides. It's fantastic. Their guides. Okay. She says, if you knew you were the light of the world, how would you do things differently?
Huge.
Because you are, right? We are. Not
Speaking
we
of the
are.
light,
I am the light of the world.
speaking of
What
the light
thought?
of the world, I'm going to show some light. Just see a little bit of light on my hands first. It's like Celestine Prophecy, but in the 70s, before that movie existed, they were doing it this way. In India, they do it this way. You'll see some light on my fingers. The second you say it out loud, ask angels, light beings, the cosmos to kick it into gear. Get flowers. Somebody got a running buffalo. Two people got phoenixes. You can get a geometric pattern, vortices. It is just what it is. You get a dad joke, most importantly, and here it goes. This is one of my worst.
Wait. I got lost what I'm going for.
I'm going to do light between my fingers, but I'm going to tell a dad joke to clear the decks.
Okay, got it. The light between the fingers. Okay.
Yeah.
There was a lot going on there, as you know.
Yeah. And so, what's the only flower found on the human face? Tulips.
Oh, let me think about that.
Oh, there's
Tulips.
another answer, though. There's another answer.
Oh,
Tulips is one. And
right.
I'll.
Cheeks, nose, ears, eyes, eyebrows,
Iris.
eyelashes, eyes.
Iris.
Good one.
Okay, see a little bit of light between my fingers, and I'll do one more dad joke. Bert and Ernie, Sesame
Okay.
Street. Bert offers Ernie ice cream. What's Ernie say? Sure, Bert.
Oh,
And what do you see for a filament of light between my fingers? What color or colors?
it's going yellow and some fluorescent, and then red came in. red and yellow and fluorescent and pink.
Okay, and if you
Ooh,
ask the crew to kick it into gear, I'm going to go bigger and broader here.
okay.
Now, what are you getting?
A pure light that has all those colors in it.
And if you put your hand out to your left and feel your hand get a ton of energy in it, when you're ready, turn and look and just say, got it, when you see the light in your hand. And I'm going to stop here when you do. Feel it building in your hand.
Okay. Got it.
And then if you're seeing it, I just saw another ball of light go shooting up here off camera. Look and see the light, but you'll get something out of it. That's another message. You can bring it into your heart if you want. It'll go to your throat. It'll be a beautiful message. I don't know who's bringing this one. You'll tell us.
Okay, bringing it into my heart. All right, this could sound personal, but it, doesn't matter. He loves you so much. So they're giving me that message that he loves you so much.
Here's 4 archangels to elaborate on that. Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel. People can put
Okay.
their hand out to the screen and feel, treat it like a fireplace, but not fire,
Yeah.
sparkle, warmth, joy. I took this one indoors. There's 3 more rainbow pie slices off camera. Jophiel, Shamuel, and Zadkiel, but I cropped it. So
Wow. This is like, the feeling that the mission is in motion. And whatever that mission is for whoever, saw that picture, that's what they're saying. It's like that mission is in motion. It's not just a manifestation and something you want. It's a mission. See it as a mission. If you hold that soul energy around something, that it's got mission dimension, destiny dimension, it's going to be much easier to manifest than if you just see it as, well, it's this little idea I have for something I want.
well, here, I'll be your guinea pig. I have never done it this way before, but here are my 3 business
Yay.
managers, Archangel Michael, Charlotte, and a Rebecca that we haven't put on lately in the last, 30 minutes or so. But here's Archangel Michael, the white, Charlotte in the middle, and Rebecca, who's from pretty far out, where music came from, is what she said once.
Where music comes from. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, and she's 4 balls of light, although you can't really tell. It's 2 and 2. You'd have to look
Oh,
harder.
yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And so with those 3, if you'll close your eyes, I give my permission to participate as your guinea pig here. You can see my soul light. So let them make it possible. And they'll put any restrictions in if I'm not supposed to do this. But you can see my soul light and you can, I don't know the rest of it. They're going to fill in the blank and have fun with this. Pretend I'm your client. What are you getting
Oh, okay.
for me to keep in mind? Or what should we all know? Or something. And what are you seeing, first of all? Let them make it really fun. Hopefully I'm flying with lots of light right now.
You are. It's Rocket Man. Rocket Man. Do, 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 do. So what are the words to that? So I can see there's some words in that song that
I'll
are,
take a look. I'll get the lyrics.
yeah.
Rocket Man
Some words
lyrics.
in that song that are pertinent to you besides just the image of you rocketing through space and time.
Okay, and here it is. She packed my bags last night, pre-flight, 0 hour, 9 a.m. I'm gonna be high as a kite by then. Whoop, I miss the Earth so much. I miss my wife. It's lonely out in space on such a timeless flight. And I think it's going to be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. And no, 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 no. I'm a rocket man, burning out his fuse up here alone. Mars ain't the kind of place to raise your kids. In fact, it's cold as hell. And there's no one there to raise them if you did. And
Whoa.
science, I don't understand. It's just my job. 5 days a week, a rocket man. And I think it's going to be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. No, no, no. And I think,
Whoa, I never knew those words. That's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah. So that's it for the lyrics. A lot of repetition.
Okay, so let's just sit with that and that feeling of you're a rocket man. All right, I feel a sadness in you for that. What is it? The
I can
sadness.
put it into words here if you want me to go ahead and just say it.
Sure.
I've been doing this for 13 years, and the New York side of me, the corporate side, is like, hey, I could have gotten this done in 4 weeks with the way it's gone. But the unfolding that I don't appreciate or am appreciating and not giving credit for is that it's worked out just perfectly because it's allowed for a greater foundation. It's what's that? What do they say? It's molasses paste. And yet I'm playing with my dogs, gardening and running, which is almost the more important thing over those 13 years. I'm having a very chillaxed unfolding. And
Right.
luckily, I've not been tapped by society to be like full bore all the time. I would have burned out by now. And
Yes,
instead,
because
I've got a
you've
greater,
been there, did that, right?
yeah, greater patience, greater, here's how human nature rolls. And like we were talking about before the show, one angel named Dale, who we had up earlier, I asked
Mhm.
him one big picture question. I usually avoid the big picture stuff. Why worry about it? I did
Mhm.
ask how fast could humanity get with it if they wanted to pay attention, humans everywhere, wanted to listen for all of like 30 minutes collectively. And if we wanted to have our expansion consciously happen, how fast could humans, if we were all signing on the dotted line saying, hey, I don't mind slowing down for a little bit and just like if we paid attention and listened, 3 hours was the answer. We talked about it before the show. And again, not my place to rush or judge. Feel what you feel, do not judge, allow, and you'll be surprised every time. With that,
Mhm.
that puts some context in.
So the word that comes to me about what you're doing as you describe, not just from what you described as, but the Elton John song, you're building family dynamic on Earth. You're weaving a tapestry of the family of man on Earth,
That's been
right?
the show and half the guests.
Yeah, your
Ones I have
show
back
is
often.
yeah, your show is worldwide, so there's this tapestry being created, and it has far more impact because you're not involved in trying to make it a business that will go somewhere and put you in TikTok, right?
Nope.
It's just building that fabric, which has a lot more heart, love, connection, and is the way guides have done it. When you think about so what they're saying is when you think about how the universe was built, wasn't it just, no, we're not talking about planet Earth, but you could see it that way. But the universe was built on a swirl of energy coming together. And even the Earth plane, I remember seeing a documentary about how the Earth was created, and it took like 6 zillion years. There was no hurry. Let's get this thing going, right? It was just gases coming and this and energy and all of that, that you're building something, and that's what matters. Yeah.
Well, and that's what's been
Beautiful.
going on. I've had for 12 years, 11 years. I was always wondering why. I mean, I've had as many yeses as nos, maybe 4,000 of each or something, or 3,000 of each. But the angels gave me a long time ago a phrase to not take it personally and everything else. It's just said something about the service at this end. It's unique enough to the point many communities, spiritual wellness publishing, are unaccustomed to embracing it. What are we talking about? People get to directly feel, see, and hear, and collectively, they can do it as a
That's right.
group. You'd think that would be a popular idea, but you still have a lot of thinking going on. And it's like trying to hand out tickets at the Indy 500. Good luck with getting it on the windshield. So with
Yeah, because people want the theory and the ideas,
yeah,
the ideas about spirituality and all of that versus the experience. They don't want the experience. That means they might have to change, and to drop into it and have a whole different life. And again, they might lose some things. If you could just study it
oh,
and,
it's better to study it and take a lot of seminars, and then you can do it over decades.
yeah,
Why
yeah,
take an
yeah.
instantaneous trip? I'm going to light more sage. First time I think ever that we've done it twice on a show, unless I forgot by mistake.
Ow!
And this time, if you could let a lot of light, beams of light, flecks of light, I don't know which way it's going to go, but hear from Charlotte the details. She's going to bring something.
Charlotte.
Super
Okay,
fun.
beams of light for just details of beams of light? No.
This sage smoke is going to bring more than sage smoke. It's going to bring light of some form or fashion. Let angels bring it into you. Flexolite,
Uh-oh.
beams of light. It could be eyes open, eyes closed, both.
Okay.
And ask Joy Charlotte for those details at home. Go ahead and allow. Ask the universe to do something very unusual. You want to see little mini fireworks in your house, your flat. Nothing will catch on fire. It's just universal light, consciousness, love. What will you allow for? Be like, universe, I don't even know what I'm allowing for, but make it nice. Hit
Yeah.
the sage.
Make it part of the beauty of creation. Okay.
And are you getting a little extra something?
Yeah. Um, so what they're showing is this is for everybody, and you could say it's for me, but it's not just for me. That you know those if you've ever gone to a place where they have lights hanging from trees. Oh, is that magical or what?
I love it. I only can do it on the fences here, but do it on the
Oh,
fence. I
yeah,
love
yeah, yeah,
that
yeah, yeah,
too.
yeah.
But I
Yeah.
love trees and I love it when it's on a wall and casting. It's focused light with a container around the light, so it's actually a beam of light. Although we have lights for the Christmas lights, they've got these new fancy short stepped
Yes.
ones that do little flashed beams of light all over the tree bark, so it adds extra texture and light. It's very cool, very bright.
Good point. Good point. So if you knew, because you had mentioned in my house, so it's like if anyone knew how much you may not want to see a bunch of angels around you or see big, swooshes of energy moving around you. It's like, what? Is that a ghost? What? But if you were imagine that you could, and I know, I work with people around clearing their houses, from bad juju and all of that. If you could just imagine every time you walk in your door or anywhere you're looking, because I can look outside and see a lot of green right now. It's awesome. Um, to be able to see that there's light streaming down everywhere, even from your ceiling, even if you're living in a one-room little hovel somewhere, there's so much light. If you could just imagine that kind of flutter of light versus, oh, I can't hear my guides, I can't see my guides, I don't know about my intuition, all of that is just like, no, they're just sending messages of light or just holding light for you all the time like that. Yeah, that would change everything, in fact.
Well, we're going to do a few more figures and start to wrap it up, but I've got three Native American chiefs for you: Dull Knife, Red Shirt, and Geronimo, and then Sri Shirdi Sai Baba from India. But Dull Knife, Red Shirt, Geronimo, they're treetop level, unconditional love figures, super easy to pick up on. And let's try to sum it up a different way. Trust more, or in the same way, but in a different way of saying it. Trust more, worry less, or think less. Smile more, think less. Smile more, breathe more, do a little less up here. Here's Dull Knife, wisdom with some humor, and you can catch one of those 50 Native American sacred smells: tobacco, sweetgrass, juniper, desert pinon, pine, cedar, Douglas fir. You get the idea. Catch that in the air. What are you getting?
The word dull knife stood out to me. What feels like, which is true wisdom, what feels like sabers coming at you, versus out of somebody's words, out of the news, out of what's comes into your consciousness. It's this sharp knife that's just painful. It's like it's all just dull knives. It's trying to do stuff, but it doesn't. It doesn't. The true wisdom is it can't hurt what you value, what you hold sacred inside. These seems like barbaric knives and stuff like that coming at you, it can't hurt. It just bounces right off. That's the true wisdom. Yeah.
And then Red Shirt is compassion, compassion, compassion. The gentlest mom in the world, Lakota Sioux chief, actual historical figure, wearing a U.S. presidential medal, so gentle spoken.
A U.S. presidential medal? How cool is that?
And the day after the photo was taken, he and Geronimo were at the White House. I think Teddy Roosevelt, horseback,
Oh,
Pennsylvania,
really?
a parade.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
But
he
he's
was given a medal?
Yes. And he's a
Ooh,
super sweet, like the gentlest mom in the world. Always
wow.
knows how to choose the right words.
Okay,
Let
okay.
him ring through.
All right. If you honor what you truly value, which is wanting people to be more compassionate and your own sense of compassion, if you honor that deeply, that is the truth being spoken. Because he spoke a lot of truth, right? But it wasn't a fierceness of, boom, 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 boom. If you just keep holding and honor the truth, I don't even want to say wins because that feels like it's too masculine for him as well. It just is what you value can be honored. Just honor your sacred nature. Just honor your sacred nature.
Mm.
And how to do that? Take 2 minutes in the morning. I honor the sacred nature of all that I am, no matter what. I honor my sacred nature. Yeah.
I have Geronimo for you next. The first two were formal, proper, yes, no. You can play this back if you want. Pause the photo, ask a question, get an answer, get a hug. But here's Geronimo. He can steal the show because he's like a lightning bolt, action, 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 dry wit humor. He's on everyone's team. Get something personal for you, get a hug, say got it when you got it, and then we'll do everybody watching the show. First,
Okay.
get something for
Um,
you.
all right. Okay, got the personal.
Good. And then something, catch again, tobacco, sweetgrass, juniper in the air. What are you getting?
Yeah, boy. The juniper, the stuff in the air is the what do I want to call it? The residue of 1,000 fires.
Ooh. And if you want, close
Residue.
your eyes, he'll bring you a vision.
Yep.
And that vision can be for all of us, it can be for you. He'll tell you what his dynamics are on this one. He loves sharing. He's on everyone's team. If people, he's like a grandfatherly figure. If that photo, you want him younger, he's even tougher though. So if you've been delaying on something, you get a smack in the butt to get going with action. But close your eyes, catch a vision from Geronimo. Breathe extra at home if you need help. Mouth open 1 millimeter, but if you're a nose breather, shoulders up and down is what counts for breathing. No try Yoda. I'll do Yoda's voice in a second. Always try Archangel Gabriel. It's not about words. Just let go. Let them do their jobs. Get out of your own way. There is no try. What do you get for a vision from Geronimo?
Well, the vision is that there's first he showed the 1,000 fires, and it's like, well, just one of them's yours. Just let it light your fire. What makes you afraid of fire? Don't be afraid of the fire that you are. Don't be afraid of the fire that you are. Because the fire that you are burns out the fires that are trying to burn you up. Yeah.
There's another version of him, younger and tougher. And
Yeah.
here, just a little mantra. What's a reminder to us all, a daily saying? If we say it, we're helping liberate ourselves, or at least stay open or be in the heart.
The sacred journey starts with the flame in your fire, a flame in your heart.
Oh my God, I love that. And he loves to
Sacred
say
journey starts with the flame in your heart
sacred
burning.
flame.
Yeah. Sacred flame in the heart. Yeah.
I love that. And he also says, just do it all the time. If he's not telling me in the
He
morning, I'm putting a
does.
little demi-tasse of coffee for the three of them. I pour it, and in the old days, he used to be like, fill her up, bub. Which who says that these days?
Yeah.
It's a very
Yeah. Yeah.
1950s
So you
expression.
know it's him.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. Okay. What are one, two, or three things you want to leave us with as a
Woo.
this all about again? And don't we generally, if we're like, okay, wait a second, let me get my clipboard and pen. I've been taking notes fastidiously, or however you're supposed to say that word.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking notes. I'm going to enact everything she said. She's absolutely right. I'll start 2 Tuesdays from now, 3 years from now. Those Tuesdays never arrived. You never started. Or you signed up for Joe Dispenza. You've gone to Hay House. You've done the Omega Institute, Kripalu. You've even gone abroad, workshops, retreats in Greece. Have you gotten any further? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But what's it all about again? It's not necessarily about all those externals.
Okay, so instead of giving you more mind candy, let's do a little something together because that's what I love to do, right? Okay. So we talked about a star earlier that you did something and it created a star in the world. So imagine that there's a North Star that is your star of your constellation. We each have a constellation. Imagine that you have a constellation that you can see. That's easy. You just use your creative imagination. You can see that constellation. Imagine yourself going out to that constellation to say, I'm home, and seeing the North Star in that constellation that is like the person at the front door welcoming you home. You might have to slow this down when you're listening to it, people, but just feel yourself going out to that constellation that's your constellation, where all your guidance comes from for your universe. And there's a North Star, being, star, whatever it is, present, waiting for you, saying, welcome, welcome, welcome. And then in true Michael fashion, you're going to get really fast. You're going to take that being's hand. Take that being's hand. Don't leave home without it. Take that home of constellation with you. Bring the being with you. See where it wants to be next to you. And bring that constellation all around you. And then bring that constellation in your heart. Just breathe it from all around you into your heart. Your constellational North Star is here. Your constellational North Star is here. And that is, in fact, the light that all your guides can turn on with you, right? You don't have to know them all, be an expert like Michael. Just know that those stars, that one star, when you light it up, it gives permission to all those portals, to all those guides, way universes you don't even understand, to go, yes, we're together in this. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
I love this. Susan,
Yeah.
if you had a mantra, it's a new one. It can't be one of the ones either that somebody else brought up or you brought up earlier. I need a fresh mantra, like a fresh pizza coming out of the oven. What's one final mantra, but you're going to have to say it 3 times that you want to leave us with? I promise Sri Shirdi or Shirdi Sai Baba, he can help you quietly. He's already seen your whole sushi menu. He can help you pull up the tuna or the mahi mahi. Which mantra do you want to share? Let Mr.
If you're
Miracle
talking
share.
food, how can I not? My mantra is my deepest hunger is to live from my sacred heart.
And if you don't
My
mind.
deepest hunger is to live from my sacred heart. My deepest hunger is to live from my sacred heart.
Ah, Susan, another beautiful one. Thank you so much for coming on the APL
Yeah.
Spotlight series. A lot of fun. And if people at home could
Totally.
put an emoji down, but put some comments. What was your favorite part? What part are you playing over? What did you get out of it? Share something. Thank you again for being on the show, Susan.
Oh, great to be with you always, Michael. What we do create. Yay. Oh.